What happened at the Sundance Film Festival was not just another public appearance by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Shocking truth about Meghan Markle's so-called cookie queens is being revealed after a disastrous appearance at the Sundance Film Festival.
I thought she behaved so badly, and Harry too.
She blames the media for her, in his words, murdered her, which is complete nonsense.
Tom Bower, the legendary royal author, is sharpening his quill. Every single thing he has written about Meghan.
First person to say how limited Prince Harry is, unfortunately, and how his wife trades off her husband's fame and fortune, or not so great fortune now. I mean, this is the problem, but we're still interested because, after all, he's a great character in our modern day.
It became a moment that highlighted a deeper, ongoing issue with how the couple involve themselves in projects and why those projects often unravel once people start paying attention. On the surface, everything looks familiar. Meghan and Harry arrived to support Cookie Queens, a documentary focused on Girl Scouts and modern cookie-selling culture, a film on which they are listed as executive producers. The optics were polished and predictable, designer clothing, carefully practiced smiles and speeches about empowerment, opportunity and modern girlhood. But when you slow the moment down and listen closely to how people actually reacted, a very different story begins to take shape. Industry observers, festival attendees and long-time royal watchers were not focused on cookies or even on the children featured in the film. They were focused on the disconnect. The disconnect between what the documentary appears to show and what Meghan publicly claimed it represented. That gap is important because it reflects a pattern that has followed the Sussexes since their departure from royal life. Meghan described Cookie Queens as one of the most meaningful and powerful depictions of an American tradition. She spoke about diversity, family sacrifice, and childhood ambition. Those words sound positive and inspiring, and they fit neatly into the brand she has spent years cultivating. However, many people who discussed the documentary afterward described something far more complicated.
Meghan was angling for an invite to this funeral. She saw it as an opportunity. She's not wrong there. These big celebrity funerals, they're not like ours. They really are networking moments. I went to Joan Rivers' funeral.
And didn't want to, firstly, be seen with Harry, and secondly, didn't want to go somewhere where she'd appear cheap and give it gratis. And this year, she is desperate to be seen. Yeah. And that's why she turned up. So I think she has a major problem.
According to commentary from viewers and critics, the film does not simply celebrate empowerment. Instead, it exposes uncomfortable realities about how modern cookie selling actually works. The documentary reportedly shows parents paying significant sums of money up front to purchase inventory before any cookies are sold. Families with greater financial resources and stronger social networks appear to have a clear advantage, while children from less affluent backgrounds face more pressure with fewer rewards. In some cases, children are coached on how to sell, how to charm potential buyers, and how to appeal emotionally. What emerges is not a nostalgic door-to-door tradition, but a system that quietly favors wealth, access, and adult involvement. That does not make the film worthless.
I mean, this was a calculated attempt against the families. I mean, the one thing that Samantha Markle always predicted was
King Charles and Prince William are now at war over Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Donald Trump rebuke.
In fact, it arguably makes it more revealing, but it does make Meghan's glowing description of it feel strangely disconnected. This is where criticism attributed to royal author Tom Bower began to resonate. His commentary struck a nerve not because it was sensational, but because it echoed something many people were already sensing. The problem was not that Meghan and Harry supported the documentary. The problem was that they appeared to engage with it at a surface level, focusing on symbolism rather than substance. Whether every allegation circulating online is accurate or not, the perception itself became damaging, and perception matters deeply in cultural spaces like Sundance. Film festivals operate on unspoken rules. Sundance is not about celebrity branding or red carpet dominance. It is about filmmakers, directors, and stories. Producers are expected to support quietly, not center themselves. Multiple observers noted that Meghan's presence felt out of step with that culture. Her speech was polished but vague, filled with familiar language about meaning and empowerment, yet it avoided grappling with the film's more challenging implications. That contrast stood out sharply to people who expect producers to understand and respect the material they represent. Some commentators questioned whether Meghan and Harry had fully engaged with the documentary before promoting it so enthusiastically. These claims circulated widely, though they remain allegations rather than proven facts. Still, the repetition of that criticism from different corners reveals something important. The issue was not outrage, it was credibility. When your interpretation of a project feels disconnected from what audiences actually see, trust begins to erode. And once that erosion starts, it is difficult.
So Harry and Meghan want us to discuss the fact that they executive produced Cookie Queens and popped up at the Sundance Film Festival. And I'm happy to oblige, but not in the way they probably hoped.
Apparently Meghan Markle didn't even watch the documentary she produced?
Meghan, because that was the sort of person she was looking for, famous and rich.
I don't think Harry feels any remorse. And I think that is the key thing in all this reconciliation. He still thinks that he's owed an apology from Charles and from William for the way they've treated not only him but also Meghan. And he doesn't want to realize that it's his behavior, his writing for money, being so unbelievable.
To stop. This moment did not exist in isolation. It fits a broader pattern that has followed the Sussexes for years. They often attach themselves to causes with moral weight, speak in broad emotional language, and avoid addressing the uncomfortable details. When criticism follows, the response frequently centers on misunderstanding or media bias rather than reflection. Over time, audiences stop asking whether intentions were good and start asking whether understanding was ever present. The reaction within the industry matters far more than online debate. Hollywood is not sentimental. It values respect for craft, awareness of roles, and an understanding of how collaboration works. When filmmakers feel overshadowed by celebrity involvement, resentment builds quietly. That resentment does not trend on social media, but it shows up later when projects struggle to find support, goodwill, or momentum. Silence, in creative industries, is often far more telling than outrage. Another factor that made this moment uncomfortable was timing. Prince Harry has repeatedly spoken about media intrusion, privacy, and the harm caused by relentless coverage. Yet Sundance is by nature a publicity-driven environment. Walking a red carpet while condemning attention creates a contradiction that audiences increasingly struggle to reconcile. You cannot argue that visibility is harmful while actively seeking it. That tension has followed the couple for years, and it became especially visible here. This situation is not about failure, it is about misalignment. Misalignment between message and material, between advocacy and awareness, between platform and presence. When those gaps widen, even a well-intentioned appearance can feel uncomfortable to watch. That discomfort is what many people reacted to, not cruelty or malice. Something felt off, and audiences noticed. Looking forward, this moment may fade from headlines, but its implications remain. The real risk for Meghan Markle is not criticism, it is irrelevance. When a name stops adding value and begins creating hesitation, collaborators pause.